Okay, the next we will talk about routes. Now, one of the most important tables you should have in your mind and in your heart is this table. This is a route mapping table with database operations, with a request method or HTTP verb, with a URL. Let's see if we can fix that in there. Yeah, a URL with route parameters, body parameters and controllers. The combination of these, that will state a function or that we can modify something in the database. We will start with a route for create. So these are the database operations: create, retrieve, update and delete. Just basic CRUD. Then we have the HTTP methods or request methods like post and get. Get you probably already know. That's something you always see in the browser. That are always get requests. And post requests, you might know that from a form in an HTML page. There are a few more, a dozen more I think. And we only do put and delete, and put is related to an update operation and delete to a delete operation. That all has a URL. This will be the URL in here. That will all be localhost port 3000/API/books, so that's what should be in here. Route parameters. A route parameter is part of the route, and create and retrieve all do not have route parameters, but retrieve one, update one and delete one does have, because we want to identify one single document, and for that one single document we will use some ID. Body parameters, that's sent within the body, and only create and update do have body parameters. With retrieve we do not send anything, or delete we do not do that at all. And we already did see create. So let's go to our route for books. And routes is related can you find in routes and then in books. Okay. First we need to know that we will have Express. We will use Express in this file, and we will use a router, and this is middleware from Express for the router, and from there we will create the route for books, and this is our controller, and the controller functions for this route, they come from books, and that's located in here. So app controllers, books.js. Here are our controllers for books, and the first route we will create is a create route for books, and that can be removed then. So router, and this is the HTTP verb, this is the URL, and as we will see in here we already defined it, that it will start with API. So part of our route will be API, and the controller related to that is the create controller, and it's in here. We already did it in the previous video. So here you will see the HTTP verb. Here you will see part of the route, and it doesn't have route parameters, so there's nothing in here. And then this is our controller. And now we have created our first route for creating a book.